Her main thing with me was the fact that to just stay true to myself, no matter what people may say or whatever, just the fact that as long as I know who I am in my heart and I know where my heart is, then that's all that really matters. And to just try to spread that love that's in my heart rather than trying to be so afraid of what others are going to say. And that was her main advice to me.
In a way, it was like I didn't skip a beat. Like it was very comfortable to be her again. It was a feeling of confidence knowing that it was in good hands with Selena, Gary, David, Jed, and Scott creating the sequel to really honor and respect the original show and the original characters.
Hello, Janice. How's it going?
And good.
We're so grateful for you sharing your time. We just want to congratulate you on the series. You know, this is a show that we absolutely grew up loving, and to have it back in the world, it's so special. And we were so lucky to speak with Maria earlier today. So it's just so cool to have more Wizards back in the world.
I'm so glad you guys get to experience it again. That's truly like such an honor. And I'm so happy that you guys could see it.
Absolutely. I mean, when you got that call that you're going to be joining the series, and what did it mean to you?
It meant so much to me. One, because I thought I blew it and I was not expecting it. Two, because that was also a time in my career where I was really in a place of self-doubt. Like I was thinking like, oh, if I don't like do something now, like I'm never gonna make it. Like I won't go anywhere in life. And that was just kind of like my mindset and everything. I was just kind of like in a really dark place. So this kind of felt like and the timing was insane. It was just such a big blessing for me, and it was like a bright light in a very dark cave.
What made you think that you blew it? Was it like your audition, or what was it?
It was my audition, really. I felt like in the callback and everything, I kept stuttering over my words. I felt like I feel like I could have given more. I was just so nervous and everything. So like it just felt like I kind of let that nervousness get a hold of me and everything. And I felt like I was really showing it. And, just kind of got really like deep into my mind and overthinking and everything. And man, I thought I did horrible.
But look at you now, right? I guess they saw the future, and obviously the first season of the show is so incredible.
So
And it's so cool to see literally in the first episode having Selena Gomez come literally pass the torch or the wand to you. What was that moment like for you, someone who's seen the original series, and now here you are, shepherding in this new series?
I'll say in the beginning, I definitely did feel like a lot of pressure, kind of. But like, since I have such a great like support system with like my castmates and everything, also with Mr. David and also Miss Selena and everything, they had such great advice to give me. And they were just so kind. And since they've already, done it before, like they had like a lot of good advice to give me. And they were just so much fun to work with. And I think they really calmed me down and everything. And also, it was just amazing. Like there was never a day on set that there was not like insane laughter. Like I swear every day my abs were getting tight. Like I kept laughing like my butt off. Like everyone was so funny, and just the vibe there was so positive, and I just loved it so much.
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah. And you talk about Selena, and obviously where she started from. Was there some advice that she gave you when she, passed over that wand to you?
Her main thing with me was the fact that to just stay true to myself, no matter what people may say or whatever, just the fact that as long as I know who I am in my heart and I know where my heart is, then that's all that really matters. And to just try to spread that love that's in my heart rather than trying to be so afraid of what others are going to say. And that was her main advice to me.
Oh, that's so nice. And you get to go on such an incredible journey this season. Where do you hope to see Billie go? Or I guess before we get to that, what did you think of her journey this season, from where we're starting to kind of where we're ending? And I know we can't talk spoilers, but how did you find her journey this season?
Oh man, I always say I feel like I was kind of growing with her So I felt like Janice was growing with Billie, kind of. But I am so proud of her for how far she's come, especially since, she was in the wizard world for so long. As she comes into this new world, there's new rules and there's new things. There's like something she's like, why don't you guys use magic for this? Are you okay? But, I'm very proud of her because she's definitely learning a lot of things. And I'm, happy that, she's let her pride down and everything. And I'm just glad that she got her family. And I kind of wanted to showcase how kind of like comfortable she was getting with the Russos through her clothes, because she is, with her own words, she's a wizard with style and everything. So in the beginning, she would kind of go from like skirts and all of that stuff. And then kind of towards the end, I would kind of communicate with costumes to let her kind of go into more pants, because I wanted that to kind of be a symbol of how comfortable she was getting with them. So from skirts, they may not be as comfortable, but then you go to pants, they're a lot more comfortable than skirts are and everything. So I kind of wanted that to kind of be a little symbol as to how comfortable she was being with the Russos.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
That's very cool.
And we have to talk about the theme song and how it absolutely slaps. And what was it like to kind of be able to do that and get it out there?
Oh man, it was so much fun. I mean, on the car ride to the studio, I was so nervous. I thought it was gonna be like rocket science. Like, I don't know why. I thought it was gonna be so hard. But it was really fun. And like my mom and my dad was there. So it felt great to have both my parents there, because usually it's just my dad that'll come to me with like the set things, because my mom will be working or something. But my mommy was there and my dad was there. And also the producer was there, and also the assistant director was there and everything. So it just felt great to have my support system there and everything. It felt very surreal hearing myself in like a professional studio and everything. And like also like the vibe there was really nice. They had really cool like LED lights and everything. Like it was really cool and I really liked it. So I was definitely grateful to be able to have that experience and everything.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite moment from Billie this season that just like sticks out to you?
There's this one moment where she it's called Battle of the Wands. That's the episode name. And Justin and her had a heart to heart, and she was really self-doubting herself and kind of dumbing herself down and everything, trying to prove herself and everything. But Justin was being so kind to her, and for once, I feel like that's when I kind of felt her make that decision that she can trust them and that she really, really knows that this is where she's supposed to be. And that, and like her brain and everything, I felt that. Like I felt that in my heart. And I think that's like a beautiful thing of like, that's one of my favorite things about connecting with the character. It's like, not only are you trying to like imagine what they feel, but it's like you can truly feel what they're feeling. And that was such a beautiful moment for me. I feel like I never really felt that with a character before. So that was just amazing for me.
Amazing. We love that. That's so sweet.
Yeah, Janice, and we're so happy to have chatted with you today, and we're so excited to see more people get to watch the show and for you to continue on with your success. So thank you again for your time, and we hope to talk to you again in the future.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Hello, Maria. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you guys, Daniel and Shahbaz?
We are doing so well. We are so delighted to be speaking with you. You've been part of some of our just favorite shows for our entire life watching, and you are so lovely. So we're just so grateful for you to be here with us today.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I love talking Wizards.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like it's just one of those things that it just feels so surreal that we get to be talking about this in 2025. So it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that the new show is, well, you guys haven't seen it. It isn't out in Canada yet. You're going to love it.
Yeah, we've gone to see some episodes. Luckily they sent us some to watch. So we're just waiting for that full season drop now to get it here in Canada.
Awesome.
And it's so lovely to be back with the Russos. What was your reaction when you heard that, hey, we're getting a new Wizard series?
Oh my gosh, it's something that we talked about so much, fantasized about, get asked about all the time. Oh, so many fans miss it and talk about the show and get emotional. And when I found out that it was a real thing finally happening, oh gosh, I was so thrilled. So exciting, especially coming out of the whole COVID lockdown. It was the best news.
Yeah, absolutely. And what did you feel like right now was like the best time to bring this show back?
To be honest, any time for me, because I love doing it so much, is the right time. But it's been enough time where people actually miss it. It is an excellent time. And like I said, we came out of, the whole pandemic thing. So having great news about a beloved show, the sequel of it happening is just so, so exciting.
Yeah, and I think, you mentioned the pandemic, and I think so many people, because they were at home, were going to Disney Plus and looking for shows to go back and watch and re-fall in love with, right? And
Nostalgia was at a high.
That's a great point that I didn't think of. You're absolutely right. They probably binge watched it again. So gosh, that's so true. It probably created even more desire for some more Wizards because they probably saw it all in like 2 weeks or less. Yeah, that's so true. Isn't that wonderful how things work out like that? I don't believe that's coincidence. I think
No.
that's terrific. And the
Yeah.
show is doing so well. The sequel, the new show, Wizards Beyond, is doing very well. And so that's exciting,
Yeah, and that's always the thing. Sometimes you're always scared to go back to something that, you grew up loving, and you're scared to touch it and revisit those characters. But like from what we've seen so far, it just feels so natural back into that world. So we would just love to know for you, like, what was it like back on set for you, being surrounded by people that you worked with before, and we're getting a new story with with Billie's character and everything. It's so surreal. What was that like for you coming back on set?
Oh, it was so in a way it was like I didn't skip a beat. Like it was very comfortable to be her again. It was a feeling of confidence knowing that it was in good hands with Selena, Gary, David, Jed, and Scott, creating the sequel to really honor and respect the original show and the original characters. Wonderful callbacks to things that the older audience can really remember and enjoy. And having that theme that they have, like, in the original one, there was that whole working towards the wizard competition and who's going to be the family wizard. So every episode gave you a little bit of a taste or a step towards that competition, sibling rivalry. And this one with Billie being part of some kind of prophetic end of the world thing that she doesn't really embrace if it's something bad, but is it kind of cool? She doesn't know. The unconditional love the family provides, just like we loved each other unconditionally amidst all the zaniness. Those important factors were there.
That's amazing. And where are you hoping that, Teresa goes next season?
I would love to be that, more of that hands-on grandma that babysits the kids and kind of struggles with taking over or not taking over, teaching traditions, not only my mortal traditions, because Teresa's immortal, obviously, but also, a little bit of her Mexican heritage. And I love how the show dealt with that as well. There aren't that many Latin American characters that are just an American character, where you get some of that, her culture, like sprinkled in a very authentic way. But the episodes don't like put her in a two-dimensional box as somebody from, whose parents are from another country. It was an American show with very realistic portrayals of her culture and his culture, as an Italian American. I like some of those traditions, like, I don't know if you remember, you probably do, where I tried to teach her Spanish and I don't even remember my Spanish. And that's just hilarious because I remember having to translate for my parents when I was growing up, because Spanish was what they mostly spoke at home. And then I had to translate, banking terms when I was 12 years old on the phone. And I'm like, I don't know the word for this banking term. It's funny. It's something very relatable. So, when I tried to make that, remember when Justin had the talking acne, the talking zit on his forehead, and I made this concoction, this, naturopathic Mexican concoction, which is hilarious, with the banana peel and all that stuff is fun. And the quinceañera episode was just so well done and so layered. And Oh gosh, things like that. So yeah, being a grandma is a special role. So I look forward to doing more of it.
Love that. And I love that you bring up, heritage is so important and showcasing it is important as well. Were there any things that you were just so much more adamant on and like, I need it to be this way. I need for Mexican heritage to be shown in this particular way. And
No, no, I don't usually like demand things like that. I embrace when it's in the script, or I may like, pitch something, and I added a little something that is a callback to the old show, to my episode that you'll see at the end of season 1. They immediately embraced it. They know what they're doing. They, Jed and Scott know the original show, and it worked really well. So yeah, I am usually in good hands, and so I don't usually worry about it. And I really love that we're seeing more and more of that, first generation American, second generation American that gets to be an American, or for you guys, a Canadian, and, a real Canadian that happens to pepper things with parts of their culture. It just makes them more of a three-dimensional human being. And we all have something that we came from, and it just makes us more interesting. So when it's just part of us rather than some separate thing, is more realistic to how we really are in life. We don't go around talking about it all the time, but it comes up and it's cool and it's part of us. And I think that the original writers did that in such a wonderful way. And that's why I get stopped every day of my life, or part of it, is because of that representation being so authentic.
We love hearing that the collaboration is so key in this production.
That's another thing I'm grateful for, that I'm part of a team in the new show that know what they're doing.
Maria, we have to tell you as well, like we're such huge fans of yours too, from the Justice League show. So just hearing your voice right now is so just like surreal, because I'm like, oh, that's Shahira, like that's Hawkgirl. And it's so cool that we're in a time that we're finally getting this character in live action as well too, this with Summer with Superman. And that's another series with Justice League that it's so iconic. And do you have any favorite memories from working on that show? Again, it's another one that people keep coming back to.
Oh, again, every day I get stopped for Hawkgirl and Teresa on Wizards, but Hawkgirl and Justice League, again, what an honor to voice that character. And our director Andrea Romano wanted real voices, so she wanted us to use our real voices. But I'm Shahira in warrior mode, so I'm not like crazy Teresa trying to figure things out, and I'm not Maria, so I'm a warrior. She'd have to remind me, because I voiced the Justice League while I was pregnant with both my daughters, 4 years of that job. So I'd get I'd get in my high pitch, and she'd say, you're a warrior, and I'm like, that's right, ha, ha, and I'd get, practice swinging my mace. I believe that I have been blessed by God with, as an actress, with some major wonderful things. Of course, as an actor, we always want more, but I think about those characters that have just lived on and on and on. I still do Comic Cons all over the country and outside of the country. I was just in Ireland, and again, my fan base is there for Teresa on Wizards and Shahira Hall, Hawkgirl on the Justice League. So I'm so grateful that I got to do those roles, because again, people show both shows to their children, bring them to the cons. They watch Wizards over and over again. It's really, really wonderful to be part of something that has such longevity and such a legacy. So thanks for noticing.
Oh, of course, always.
Absolutely. Maria, we're so grateful for your time today. And, you're just such a lovely person. And getting to talk to you has been such a joy. And we really hope we talk to you again in the future. So thank you so much again.
Thank you, Daniel and Shahbaz. Thank you.